I've had so many labels throughout my life, and it's always made me wonder, what do people think of me? The last thing I want to do is scare anybody. So I made this film to ask, are you afraid? Or what am I really afraid of? What was I like growing up?
You were into adventures.
Look at your vicious faces.
It seemed like you were very intelligent right away, and in even
Johnny, how do you like
your
your
style
doghouse?
of play
Can you get us something?
and creative.
Are you moving, Hannah?
I didn't know it was coming. I think my mom did.
I didn't know that you had it. Sometimes I call it the trifecta. You know, before the mental illness came into play, there was addiction. And then before the addiction, I think you were 16, and you came and said that you were gay. It was one thing after another with you.
My doctor at the time, Dr. Pat, had just a lot of plants in her office, and I just felt like I just dreamed of them just like overgrowing me, while my psychiatrist was kind of just sitting there like, yeah, Ben, you have schizophrenia.
I remember just stopping and time stood still for a minute.
I've been to the hospital inpatient psych ward 20 times. They're all different in some way, but similar in a lot of ways. It's hard to, have responsibilities and check out, completely. I wanted to be like, I want to do life. I want to do life every day. I don't want to have any checkouts. Did you think I was going to be the first kid of you have 4 kids. Did you think I was going to be the first to get married?
No. No, not it.
I was.
You were. I remember looking at you, and you just looked like the luckiest kid alive. Yeah. Like, I just can't believe this is me and this is happening.
He was starting to feel some symptoms and stuff, and it was something he wanted to make me aware of. It was definitely clear from the way he told me he was trying to take care of himself and have someone be looking out for him.
I'm gonna see my new doctor today. It's July 7th.
One of the first things that I was very aware of, and this was before we even met in person, so this was even through some email correspondence that we were starting to have, well, Niall was involved in that as well, is, wow, this is somebody who's clearly really smart, really intelligent, and kind of really motivated to have something different happening in their life.
Ow. I saw my new doctor and she's awesome.
Rather than a diagnosis, what I was struck by is that you had all these attributes that indicated to me that if we were just patient together and really joined forces together, we would find a pathway for you that worked.
And we did, I would say.
Yeah, there was a little part of me that went, this person has also had a really rough time of things up to now. Yeah. You'd had multiple hospitalizations, some of them for quite serious suicidal ideation and gestures. You were obviously had been spending a lot of time casting around for who am I, how do I fit in the world, what kind of interactions do I want with people. So there were also some things that had me kind of a little bit on the worried side.
Yeah.
I wondered if you're one of those kinds of people where, on a Friday afternoon I'd be getting the phone call.
Oh, yes. And I was that kind of person, I had been.
When you're I feel like mental illness, you have to constantly come out about it in a similar way that sometimes we have to come out as being queer, as being trans. All the iterations of coming out, you have done on the outside with ease. Because I know the tea. I know on the inside, behind the scenes, it is not easy. There's a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of a prayer and a whisper and a cross of the fingers. And that's what you got behind the scenes. But yeah, you come out every day.
I've made it farther than I thought I would. I wasn't even sure I'd make it to 30. I don't know if it's a miracle or all this work I've put in, but I'm glad I'm here. And maybe it's not so much what people think of me that matters, just making sure I put into the world what I want out of it.